Hello friends, this is Jack from Choco Recapped, and today I'm going to recap the 2023 horror sci-fi movie called Infinity Pool. Spoilers ahead, watch out, and take care. At the start of the movie, James and M. Foster wake up at a resort in Li Tolqa, an island nation that is currently celebrating its annual festival. James, a novelist who has not released a book in 6 years, is struggling to find inspiration for his next project, but still enjoys a luxurious lifestyle due to M's wealthy family and their publishing company. They have chosen to vacation in Li Tolqa in the hope that it will inspire James. While exploring the resort, James meets Gabi Bauer, a commercial actress who is also on vacation at the resort with her architect husband, Alban. Upon discovering that Gabi and Alban were both ardent admirers of his previous book, despite its poor reception and performance, James feels flattered and taken aback. Later that evening, the two couples share a meal at a local restaurant, and the Bauers extend an invitation for the Fosters to accompany them on an outing the next day. Despite the resort's strict regulations that confine guests to the premises, the Bauers are able to slip out thanks to their relationship with one of the guards, Mr. Thresh. After driving through the Li Tolqan countryside in Thresh's car, the Fosters and Bauers make a stop at a small beach, where they bask in the sun and have a barbecue. During their time there, James and M reveal a hint of their marital issues, disclosing that M's family is resentful of their marriage due to James' lack of income. Later on, James excuses himself to go to the woods to relieve himself. While there, Gabi sneaks up on him and surprises him with a sexual encounter. James is left feeling unsettled by the experience for the rest of the day. As the sun sets on the beach, the two couples prepare to leave, with James taking the wheel due to the others being exhausted and intoxicated. However, the car's headlights start to flicker as they drive through the country roads, and James accidentally hits a local man, killing him on the spot. Both M and James are horrified by what happened and suggest calling the authorities, but Gabi and Alban warn them about the harsh laws of the Li Tolqan government, urging them to leave the area instead. After fleeing to the hotel, James is overwhelmed by the traumatic experience and throws up. The following morning, James is awoken by the Li Tolqan police, who take him into custody for his involvement in the previous night's events. He is brought to a local jail where he meets Detective Thresh, the brother of the resort guard. The detective informs James that under Li Tolqan law, he can either be put to death by the youngest son of the man he accidentally killed, or if he has the means to pay for it, the government will create an identical clone of James to take his place. Despite the exorbitant cost, M agrees to pay for the clone to save James' life. The one condition of paying for the clone is that both James and M must be present for the execution. They are ushered into a small, poorly lit room and seated beside the family of the man who was killed. In the center of the room, James' identical clone, who retains all of his memories, is tied to a post. The youngest son of the deceased man is brought in and given a large knife by a guard. Despite the clone's cries for mercy, the boy repeatedly stabs him to death. M is clearly shaken by the experience and shields her eyes, but James is transfixed by the gruesome spectacle and never looks away. Following the execution of James' genetically identical double, he and M are escorted back to the resort, where M is still in shock and wants to leave Li Tolqa as soon as possible. James initially agrees, but becomes distracted when he realizes his passport is missing. He convinces M to leave without him, and stay safe while he stays behind to get a new passport, extending his stay for an extra week. While at the resort, James runs into Gabi and Alban once again, who invite him to a gathering with their wealthy friends. During his vacation at Li Tolqa, James discovers a shocking truth about his fellow vacationers, the Bauers. They reveal to him that they have undergone the same doubling process as him numerous times before, and that they return to the resort every year to commit heinous crimes that they can get away with because of their wealth. Their group is known as zombies, and they use their remaining time to indulge in hedonistic and philandering behavior without any fear of consequences. The Bauers and the other zombies encourage James to join their group and act recklessly without any concern for the resort staff or other guests. They indoctrinate him into their group, and he quickly becomes enamored with their lifestyle, especially after M leaves the country. One night, the Bauers and their group plan to kidnap Detective Thresh, who has been investigating their crimes, and beat him senseless. James is instructed to participate, and he eagerly agrees. However, he is horrified to discover that the man they have brought back to their suite is not Thresh, but a double of himself. The experience leaves James flustered, and he flees the room in a panic, unwilling to carry out the other's request to kill the double. As James prepares to leave the resort, he realizes that he has hidden his passport under the sink in his bathroom, intending to use it as an excuse to prolong his stay. Just then, Gabi arrives and attempts to persuade him to stay, initially using reason before resorting to sexual temptation. However, James remains resolute in his decision to leave and ignores her advances. The following morning, as James boards a shuttle bus to the airport, the Bauers and their group of zombies halt the bus at gunpoint, demanding that James disembarks. Despite his reluctance, James complies with their wishes, forced to abandon his plans and return to the resort on foot with the group's cars tailing him. Along the way, Gabi lays on the windshield of Alban's car, hurling insults at James and revealing that neither she nor Alban have actually read his book. Frustrated by the group's hedonistic lifestyle and treatment of him, James attempts to confront Gabi, resulting in a violent struggle that ends with him being shot in the leg. James, wounded and disoriented after being shot, stumbles through the woods until he collapses near a farm. The family who lives there rescues him, including the widow and children of the man James killed. As he recovers from his injuries, James has a vivid hallucination of the man's youngest son coming to seek revenge. When he awakens, James finds himself confronted by the Bauers and their group, who have been waiting for him. They demand that he fight a wild, ferocious double of himself to the death, as a final step to become part of their group. With no other options, James fights and ultimately kills his double by brutally smashing in his head. After a short while, the time comes for James, the Bauers, and their friends to leave Li Tolqa as the resort gets ready to shut down for the monsoon season. While everyone else appears to have moved on as if the events of the past week never happened, James is deeply affected by what he has experienced. As the Bauers and other vacationers leave on their flights, James remains at the airport, unable to bring himself to leave with them, as the monsoon looms on the horizon. He eventually returns to the resort, feeling stuck and unable to move forward from the trauma he has endured. And this brings the movie to an end. So friends, if you have enjoyed the recap of the movie, then don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. Also, do subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss out on another video. Until next time, take care.